Greetings and welcome back to Smartwatch Ticks. Hey, look at this little thing. Can you believe this is a watch? Well, let's find out. It's an exciting day at Smartwatch Ticks where we unveil something that, well, actually, I'm going to be asking for your help. That's right. We're not just going to be looking at something. I need your help on this. And not just me. The manufacturer needs input from you in the comments down below. So stick with me on this one because we are unboxing something you have not seen ever before. At least not like this. Okay. That doesn't look like a watch. Well, let's see what it is. Oh my goodness. It's tiny and black and it's different, huh? There's no place to put watch bands on this watch. It's not, I can't say it. I was going to say it's not a watch, but this is a watch channel. This is Smartwatch Ticks. All I do is watches. What's in the box? A rope? A charger? USB charger? Plugs in the bottom, I guess. Okay. Hang on. I have one more thing. There. Now I can feel good about myself. We can review this, excuse me for just a second, while I show it to you on. There. Smartwatch. All right. Now that I have convinced you that I'm just reviewing a smartwatch, let's see what in the world this thing is. All right. I got to tell you, it's in Chinese. There you go. Oh my goodness. Oh, there we go. There's the user's manual for, are you ready? The smallest phone in the world. Yes. This is the Android's smallest phone in the world. And it's actually pretty darn cool. And the reason we're asking for your help with this, that's the manual, not much to it, is that I'm not kidding about this being a watch. Right now, it's a phone. It's a phone. It's a phone with this thing is like a lanyard, right? That if I want to, I can put that through the holes, and then I can hook it on, and then I can have it connected and wear it around my neck, and you've got basically a phone on your neck. But it could be a cool little watch, too. So the question is, do you guys like this enough as a little phone to have an adapter that you could snap it onto on your wrist so it could be a phone? So like you could walk around and you could use it as a watch, and a call comes in and you hit a quick release button and you take the thing out. Now you could hold it up to your ear and your mouth and you could have a private little device for a phone. What do you think? I mean, they're thinking about doing that. So your input is important. That's why we got this thing here to review. And what does it look like when we turn it on? It looks like a phone. You can make a call. You can send up a happy balloon. Is that messaging? Yeah, that's your basic messaging. It's got capacitive buttons down at the bottom. It's got nice sized chiclets, a dialer, message, phone book, call logs, all the things that have to do with calls. A Bluetooth connection, anti-theft. There's your QR code to scan for tethering. This is a nice size display too on that thing. Look at that. Cool. What else? There's your remote notifier for Bluetooth. And we have a calendar, basically day of the week, and then your full month calendar. You have file manager that gets access to, it looks like about 1 megabyte of space. Okay, you're not going to put a whole lot in this one, but there is a file manager there. I don't see a camera or anything on it, but there is a little bit of space. There's remote capture. Okay, that's for tethering to a remote phone to phone, where you could trigger the phone with a hot button on this, I bet. We're going to have to do the tethering thing on this. Check it all out. An audio player to play music inside here that you put in that little 1 megabyte of space, maybe one album, I guess. I don't know. But you have that. You have a pedometer. Nice. We have options that we can set for your history, your goals, your height, your weight. And you hit start. And then you start walking with this thing on your lanyard, or maybe on your arm if you put that thing there, or maybe just in your pocket. I don't know. Stop. Takes a while for all that to catch up. It looks like the goal is 10,000 that it's set for initially here. You have a sedentary reminder. All this is typical of what we've seen on tethering watches. There's your sleep mode. Don't know exactly how you're going to sleep with this on, unless, of course, you had a watch band. Hello. The lanyard wouldn't quite work, I don't think. And maybe you could hold on to it, right? You start, and it'll time and give you your sleep monitor information. And then you got the heart rate on the back. Let's try it with the finger. Start. Press and hold the screen. Oh, press and hold the screen. Okay. That's different. You got to actually hold the screen, which I presume means, you're going to need to hold it against your skin somewhere, and that would allow it to get the reading for you. So it's not just going to go off reading on its own. 72, that's pretty good. It's going to need to make contact. If it were in a watch band, you wouldn't have to hold it normally, but because it's free-floating, I can see why they've done that. You have a sound recorder. This is really cool. It's really a tiny, tiny watch. I like that. And it saved it, and we play it. This is really cool. It's really a tiny, tiny watch. I like that. I go dropping it all over. Let's try that again. This is really cool. It's really a tiny, tiny watch. I like that. I don't know where the sound is coming out of, but it's working. Working well. Okay, we got that little sound recorder in there. Will you come back? We have a calculator. That looks like the standard calculator's coming out on most of these things these days. And it works. Yeah, okay. We have a stopwatch built into it that we can start. So you could take it out jogging with you, I guess, and keep track of your time. And do laps. Stop. Clear. Simple. You have built-in alarms, or you can add a new alarm, the time, how much you want it to repeat, all that kind of information. There's your settings. We'll come back to that. Apps, an app drawer. Doesn't say, it says uninstall all. So if we had any apps in here, guess we would have those listed in the app drawer. Power savings offer on. You have Siri. So if you're tethered to your iPhone or your Android, you can press the button and interrogate Siri. All right. This is a little bit more robust kind of a tethering watch than we're typically used to. That's nice. I'm going to come back to settings. Wallpapers. You have the different kind of wallpaper. Or maybe these are clocks. Are these different clocks? It says wallpaper. But let's... No, they're clocks. Okay. Your wallpaper, in this case, the wallpaper is the watch face, because it's not a watch, it's a phone. We have to use different language, right? Wallpaper. Well, let me show you all the wallpapers that come with this thing. Ooh, that's a nice one. Aha! Look at that. You see what it says right in there? Can you read that? Does that give you a hint who's behind this? Yeah. More wallpaper. Another one, digital. We've seen that big one, and we got that one. So it looks like we've got 3 wallpapers. But this is the one that gives you the ability to go right to the phone dialer. And of course, if you're tethered, this is going to make the call. And that's your messaging. So check your inbox, your drafts, outbox, tethered. No SIM card in this one. It's really strictly for tethering watch. Themes. That was theme 1. That's theme 2. Didn't look like it changed much to me in terms of here. That's theme 3. Oh, there's a little bit of blue in the background. It's not just straight dark black. But you really can't tell that much. Weather. A thunderstorm in Shenzhen, China. I'm glad they sent this out before it got struck by lightning. Good display for the weather, isn't it? Can we see anything more? Freezing, fog, rain. Really? I guess it's winter. Okay. Different dates. A flashlight makes the whole screen white so you can see where you're going at night. Now, you can notice the screen isn't an AMOLED screen. You can see the corners kind of have a little bit of brightness in the corner and a little dark along the edges. It's, of course, not going to be a fancy, robust watch face or phone face on this one. But it does give you that flashlight effect, so you could use it at night to open your car door if you had this in your pocket. Motion sensor for flip for muting incoming calls, flip to mute the alarm. Wake up gesture on off, shake to answer a call. If you turn the wake up gesture on and you have this thing in your pocket, you might have a little bit of a problem. But if it were a watch, that would be cool, right? Maybe if it's hanging on a lanyard or something around your neck, you could just pick it up. That would be cool. We'll leave it on. It might be, though, that it might get stuck in a situation in your pocket or something where you're just, it's coming on and off just too often. But that's available in motion. Magic voice. This is where you can make your voice sound differently when you're on the phone. I've never played with this, but if you place a call, you could sound like a man, a woman, or a child. We've seen that a little bit on some of the other tethering watches. SOS is the big SOS button. You press that. Yay! Your little chicklet just goes wild. I guess that could annoy people enough to attract attention. It's not making a phone call, it's just making a loud sound. Vibrator. You want a little massage? I'll tell you, there's a trick. Right here especially if you hold watches all day. You massage right there. Oh, that feels so good. It's vibrating, folks. I'm going to set it on the phone. You feel that? There. You hear that on the camera? Whee! You want to run your battery down? There you go. That's a good way to do it. And it's still going. Interesting. The SOS, the vibrator, the magic voice, all that stuff's kind of new. The languages you have available. Auto sync is on, so it'll take up the language that you have on your phone. And if you choose, you can pick your languages from the list. Relatively limited on this first edition. We'll just leave the auto sync on, and then when I sync it, it'll be there. Your name display, last name first name last, that kind of stuff. Flight mode, to go into silent, so your Bluetooth is shut off. WeChat is available to you. It says, please insert a SIM card, but as far as I know, we have no SIM card support on this watch. There's a little place to open the back. Maybe we do. I don't know. I keep calling it a watch. It's a phone. Sorry. I'm so used to talking about watches. Tight. Whoops. That's probably my IMEI number. There's the diodes for the, heart rate. Am I still on? Yeah, I'm going to turn it off. And we'll take that battery out, see if there's anything underneath it. We lift it up and ho, 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 ho! Hey, Merry Christmas, everybody. Do you see what I see? Do you see what I see? A SIM, my goodness, it's a place for a SIM and a little bitty TF card. You can put a micro SIM card in there. Oh, wow. Here I am going on and on that this thing is just a little tethering phone. Watch, piece. It's not at all. Oh, this makes a whole different video out of this, doesn't it? We can put our SIM card in here. And this can be a standalone little phone. It really can. This could replace your regular phone for just regular phone calls. And because you don't need any screwdriver to get into it, you could take the phone SIM out of your really big phone and pop it in here and take it with you. It's a really tiny battery, it looks like. How big is this thing? 380 milliamp hours. But it's a really tiny little device, too. And the fact you can put an external SD card in here is really sweet. I love doing these videos like this when I don't know what the heck I'm doing until we actually get in it together. Then I can, be surprised. Because I really am when I get into these things. You remember one of them? We had an extra battery in the box, and I thought they'd left the battery out until we took the watch apart, and turns out they'd actually thrown in an extra battery. That was nice. Well, this is a big surprise, too. So everything I've just been saying about phone calls and messaging and call logs and all of that, hey, it works with the SIM card. Wow. Okay, we're back live. Did I get through everything? I don't think so. Siri, flashlight, the vibrator. Yeah, we've got QQ. I think that's some sort of a texting thing in China, right? And WeChat. I guess you need a SIM card for all of that stuff to work. You actually have stuff up here. Look at that. You have your battery reading. So it is behaving like a phone. That's pretty cool. And that's all of the apps that we see installed here. That takes you back to your main one. That takes you to settings. We didn't go through settings yet. Our Bluetooth settings, you turn it on in visibility and you can pair it up with a phone. I'll do that. Yes, I'll do that. We'll set that right here and we'll go through that and see what we get. You got your clock, wallpapers, time sync. That's your date and time, I guess. If we turn that off, then you could go in and set your date and time separately. And your time format, I always like 12-hour. That's available only if you turn off that time sync first and then set it. Otherwise, it's shaded out. How do I know that? Because this is similar to a lot of other things we've tested. Sound, ring only, ringer 1, ringtone. You have that ringtone. And that one. Okay, notifications, we have 3. Oh yeah, we've heard that one. Just a beep. Nothing but a beep. Just a beep. And the little heart. Okay, I'll go with the beep. Alarm type, you can ring only, vibrate only. I like vibrate and then ring, so if I notice the vibration, I could grab it and silence it if I needed to. Notice I could just kind of turn it and make it come back alive. That's nice. Volumes, how loud have we been? 666, so that's full volume all the way up. Can't go any higher than that. So you've been listening to it full volume. And then our display. And it's been timing out quite quickly. Here's our brightness. There's 1. And that's good visibility right now. If I make it fully bright, you see the word OK is almost gone. It gets really good and solid bright. That looks like about a good level for us to do the video on. Screen timeout, as low as 5 seconds up to 60 seconds. So you're not going to get 30 minutes of on-screen time on this one. It's for a quick look. I'm going to make it 60 so we don't time out while we're working with it. And there's only one style that's 4 apps across. You're not getting the individual app per page, so it looks like it's set for a Mac, one standard menu style. And we're back there. Oh, we were in system, weren't we? Or settings. Settings. We did sound and volume and display. We have our units. We can go metric or imperial. Let's switch it over to imperial. Flight mode is just that, same as that icon, I guess. You can go into your flight mode there. International, that's where we set up the language. We already saw that. Apps, again, we saw where you can uninstall apps. And it's likely that when you tether this to a phone, a different phone, an Android phone, you may be able to install apps into the watch as well. Then we have our reset capability. We can reset the whole thing. Ooh, I guess it really does. Usually you go to another page before you get to that, but it's doing it for us. So I got to sit here and talk about this thing. What we want you to do is, in the comments down below, is let us know if you would really be interested in something like this as a watch on your arm that you could pop out and carry in your pocket just like this, or you could put on the lanyard and carry it like that. In other words, this whole product with the addition of a little snap-on arm wrist thing sold as a watch. You like that idea? Let me know, okay? Have we covered everything? Units, flight, apps, reset, we just did that, and about. So this is called the S8. This is the V-Phone S8, and it's got this going for it. Their release version, it's October 31st, 2016 is its initial release. So brand new little test device on the market. Can you buy this as it is right now? If you can, I will have links in the show notes below. You could try searching for it on the net, but I haven't found it. We're doing kind of a pilot test on this to see if this thing would fly as a phone and possibly as a watch. I will be right back with this thing tethered to a real phone, and we'll see what it can do. Okay, let's have some fun now. I have a micro SD card in here and a SIM card, and I have it all set up for tethering over to the phone. So when I go in here and I put in a number and I say call, I can choose local call, the SIM inside, or hotspot is the name of my phone. I chose that one, tethering, and it's attempting to make a phone call, but there's no SIM card in here. But if it were, you'd be able to speak and hear from the device, from the watch, right, of whatever's going on your phone. That's true tethering. That's the way you like it. If instead I do this and say local call, it'll attempt to make that call to a number, and then it would connect you through the SIM card inside, which is, of course, a wrong number right now. So I'm going to bail out of that. So that's calling, text messaging, same kind of thing. You could write a message, and when you get in it, you get the ABC kind of a keyboard where it's a little difficult, but you have to peck it out like you would in the regular old telephone pad. But you can do a short message here and send the message out. I'm just going to do something, write a message, and just make anything in here, like so. Then put the keyboard away. My options are to send to, oh, look at that, you have a change in input methods. Okay, I'm going to say send to. All right, you can add a number from the phone book, or you can enter a number, and I would put in a number, whatever number that is, and then say OK. Add from phone book, and send. And again, send by local, meaning I could send it from the SIM card inside, or send by Bluetooth, would send it over and send it from the SIM card and phone number that's here. So you have both ways. It's a dual mode device for phone calls and for messaging. I know that's a quick run through and we didn't really do examples, but it takes a while to set all that up, and we're just kind of pushing through this right now. What else can you do? You got an audio player, and I have some music in here that we can play. This is from a free, license-free, copyright, no problem website. And I chose this, wow, too loud. I chose this so I could play a little bit of it, not always have to worry about Google coming in and recognizing that song as somebody's copyrighted works and throw advertising on top of it. I'll have a link to the website for this music in the show notes. And it's pretty easy. You click on a website, and then they tell you how to go over to another website and paste their link into it, and you can download the music, put it on your own micro SD card, and take your music with you and play it. Pretty nice. Okay, this is some gaming music we got going on here. And you also have the ability to do music playback from tethering off of your phone if you're running that Fundu app here as well. Remote capture, check this out. I'm going to hit that button. Whether you're on an iPhone or an Android, you choose your platform. And if you got that Fundu app installed, you're going to be able to bring up the camera and see whatever's there. There we go. And you can take a picture right off of the screen of your watch. It says capturing, and the picture's actually been taken by the phone, so it's going to be on your phone. But you see the picture on this little device, this watch, if you will, vertical, horizontal, whatever way you want it. Click it, and that picture was just taken. That's the remote capture. And it works just like you've seen on tethering watches. File Manager is where we could get into the memory card, and I had a whole bunch of stuff on a memory card. This is just an 8 gigabyte one, but that's where my music was, and I'm playing the Best Music Mix 2017. It isn't even over 16 yet. Pedometer, we've done all of that stuff. I just wanted to show you the tethering kind of things that Siri, I can tap to speak. Now, this was a little soft. I'm not sure what's going on there volume-wise and whatnot, but I can tap it and say, as it calls it up, what time is it in New York City? It only got the word city. Let's try that again. What time is it in New York City? Very soft. But it is coming out. But I can't figure out what's going on there. Something with the audio. But Siri works tethered to your other device. So that's what you would use that for. And of course, it's not Siri on the Android. It's OK Google. But it would be Siri on the iDevices. And that works. What else? The weather. You saw the weather? We had the whole thunderstorm thing going on there. Now, there is a weather app. This app is already installed here, but this is something I wanted to show you in the Funduware. When you have this app loaded and you have done your data sync to make sure that you are up to date, it will let you go into this place called My Applications. And in here, there's another weather that you could install. It's already got one, so you don't need two. But you can install these other watch faces as well. Now, you recall on the watch faces, we only had 3. We had that one, and that one. Okay, and it looped around, right? So I'm going to install this black clock, and I'm going to go like that. It's installing the application directly into this device. Now if I press and hold, and I go over here, I've got that. So now I have this new watch face running on this small phone. And all the others can be done that way too, from your phone. And as Funduware folks add more apps and watch faces to this thing, you can add more of those on. And guess what? They've already figured out how you can add, I think, more watch faces, custom watch faces that you can install to any fun-do wear tethered device, including this little phone thing. So, what we're looking at here is a very unique, tiniest Android phone in the world that does dual mode. It does has the ability to do both a SIM card for calling and messaging and tethering to the phone connection, so you can make calls directly from this device. We have a lanyard that comes with it that you can hang it around your neck, and the company is looking into the possibility of doing something like this. You remember this old little watch? Not old, but this was a simple little watch that had a watch band like this. I faked everybody out saying, look at my invisible watch, if you remember that. And this thing snapped into here in a rubbery kind of thing. Now, this is a different concept, but there you go. And you put that on, and now you had a watch, or you had a separate little tethering thing you could stick in your pocket. Well, we're talking about possibly something similar that you could put here and wear this thing as a watch, or wear it around your neck, or carry it in your pocket. I like it. Look in the show notes for information about it. If it's commercially available now, they should be a buying link for you to go and buy it if you want. And if it's not yet, well, it is under development, and you can expect to see it on the market either as it is like this, or possibly with some sort of a watch band apparatus on it as well. Okay? You've been watching Smartwatch Tics. I appreciate your subscription, as do our manufacturers and vendors and everybody else, because now they're even using us as a test bed to try out new concepts on you. If you like it, let us know. Thanks much. We'll see you again soon.